What's up guys, Cart here, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a tutorial that was requested by a friend of mine. So let's get started. I'll be doing a tutorial on 2D motion tracking. It'll be how to track logos in 2D and also how to track text, or anywhere from like pictures to, everything you'd want to track. So I'm going to start by opening the cinematic file. So let's get to where my cinematics are. I think this is a cinematic right here. So I am going to be editing a video with, or I'm going to be editing a cams with this, so it'll be it won't be a lost cause. But once you import it, drag it onto the new comp button and don't edit it at all, or else it'll mess it up. You just want to drag it onto the new comp button and type in tracker into your effects and presets and drag it onto Cine1 or whatever your file is, and then up here it'll bring up a progress counter, which I'll show you in a minute. It's gonna pop up in a second here. This will take a while. Okay, so here's my progress counter. It's gonna count my frames. This might take a little while, but it's well worth it. Don't worry about this stuff, the buttons and whatnot. That'll be fixed later. So I'll be back when this is done. Alright, so when you're done, just basically you'll have these points here, and you can right click them and it'll give you a list of options, or you can, hold on, if that happens, just click on the clip and then click on 3D tracker again. Or you can get a, like, it shows up as a little circle and it's more accurate, but I usually just click on one point because that works too. And all you have to do, simple as this, create text in camera, and my text shows up small for some reason, so I always have to rescale it, but it's nothing that's not fixable. So let's really quick here just name it tutorial. Then you can pull up your characters obviously and mess around with the text. Usually I like to go with a white for my cinematics unless I'm doing something that's like kind of sketchy or out of the ordinary, and I like to stick with something that's kind of plain for the font. Agency, this might be a good one. Hold on, let me see here. That's a pretty good one, but you'd have to resize that to make it fit better. Usually I'll throw on some glow or some star glow. I haven't tried star glow yet, but I haven't tried to do anything really with it. Let's throw on a preset. Doesn't seem to have done anything. Anyways, there's a couple other things you can do. Something that makes it more realistic looking, in my opinion, is to lower the opacity, because it makes it look more like it's actually there. Obviously not that low, unless you're trying to do like an Easter egg or something, but not even 30. We'd want like a 60 or something like that, and it makes it look more, I don't know, like it's there, and obviously that is sticking there. So that's the basics on text. I'll be back with the logos in a second. Alright, so now I have a logo here, so I'm going to drag that logo onto the comp, and we're going to resize this because it is looking a little big. And usually if you do the opacity trick, like I said, it makes it look more realistic, but you also need to kind of match it with the logo for it to look decent. So we're going to give it a 70 about, and we're going to scrub the timeline till we're like about right here looks good. And we're going to hide the logo so that we can manipulate this better. And we're going to open up the tracker thing again, and we're going to do create null on one of the points rather than creating a text object. And then we're just going to click on this little square here, and the 3D box will pop up. At this point you just drag onto the null and your logo should show up. Hold on. Oh, that's because we have it off. But as you can see, if we turn the logo back to visible, it'll show up, and we can use the orientation tool, which would work pretty well here, I'm thinking. So I'm going to do that real quick. Make it look more like it's, because it does turn up here, so I'll make it look better. and you can just mess around with it. I mean, you get the basics though. So let me really quick just ramp preview this, and when it's done I'll be back. Here it is, guys. It is a bit laggy, but you get the point. And it's looking pretty good, I think. So that's the tutorial. If you have any questions, then let me know. Oh, also, what was I going to show you guys? One second, let me think. Alright, now to get rid of these spectator buttons and whatnot, you're going to have another comp. Make sure it's on another comp so that you can always go back and you can mess with the text on this comp. But if you have it on another comp, which is your main comp with your editing and everything on it, you can just go to that and drag that on there. And then basically you can just scale it until it looks good. Or, of course, you can place some black bars on there. Usually I just scale it, try to get it just as far as we can without it being able to see those. Right there. That's about perfect. So, I mean, that's the basics to that. Hope you guys enjoy this tutorial, and if you have any more requests for tutorials, then let me know, guys. Talk to you later.